Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Degrassi podcast. It's very exciting to finally be back and doing these again. It feels like it's been so long, and I've been, just dying to come back and do another podcast and watch some more episodes. So tonight we had the time of my life, the 1 hour season 12 finale of Degrassi. A lot of big stuff happening tonight. Part one, not my favorite. I think part two definitely saved the hour. There were some moments tonight where I was like, okay, I'm not really sure about this. Um, but overall, a very great episode, and I'm anticipating season 13 quite a bit, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's start right now with Imogen and Fiona. We had a nice appearance from Fiona's mom. The legal troubles are resolved and their assets are unfrozen. And Fiona's mom reveals that on the plane she met a fashion designer who she showed Fiona's work to, and now Fiona has a chance to go to France and work and help out for this big fashion designer. You know, Imogen, I think, was overreacting a bit. I understand she loves Fiona, but it just seemed so unfair of her to act this way. This is a huge chance of a lifetime for Fiona, and of course, by the end of the hour, things were resolved in the sense of course, not necessarily happy, but they both sort of, understood the situation and they broke up and, they moved on, happily. I guess as happy as you can be in a situation like that. Um, but the whole thing with Fiona acting like, or I'm sorry, Imogen acting like Fiona was very funny, very epic, very Imogen like, and it was great to see one of those crazy moments like that. Great acting, just a very fun scene, and of course, Imogen going all the way to the airport, to try and get Fiona a second chance. Was great as well. Very upset about them breaking up, though. I am not happy about that. But it is what it is, and we just have to hope for the best in Degrassi. As you know, the couples come together and break apart all the time, so we'll see what happens. The Jake, Mo, Katie, Marisol kind of plot, the bromance thing. Yes, it is. Something that is real. But I think they kind of went about it in sort of a cheesy, silly way. I mean, guys don't like to talk about their feelings. It's something that obviously, I can speak on. And, I mean, at the ending with the scene with them, Jake was like, our kids will play together and stuff. It was a nice moment, a nice wrap up sort of for these characters. Um, and the whole Marisol Payne Jake thing, all this, kind of silly, dramatic things. But at the end of the day, it was, it was enjoyable. I actually have to say I enjoyed Mo quite a bit. If you listen to my podcast, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of the character. However, the drunk scene, just a lot of stuff with Mo was great. Of course, we had another ending musical number scene. I don't know what it is about Degrassi this season, especially. They love to have the characters, I guess, sing and do these big outlandish things. But all in all, the Jake, the Mo, the Katie, the Marisol, and all that, was pretty good. Of course, we had the big Jake and Katie kiss slash sort of reunion. Um, One of my issues with that was that Katie didn't know that Mo missed, Marisol's planned dance. Like, I figure Marisol would be with Katie and, Marisol would be complaining about it. But apparently, Katie did not know. So, the Clare, Allie, Jenna, Eli, that whole combination. We had a brief new character for an episode, Cliff, who turns out to be Claire's original prom date, and then he turns out to be gay as well. So we have that. Um, I did really like the interaction with Eli and Cliff. Um, Cliff says, I'm her prom date. Who are you? And Eli's like, well, I'm her soulmate. And he comes in the whole big fairy tale themed prom thing, his big grand gesture. I figured they were gonna get back together, obviously, but it was enjoyable. It was fun to watch and everything. The cancer cyst scare while getting ready for prom. What a perfect thing to think about as you're getting ready to go to, that night. I don't know what is going to be happening to Claire. I'm guessing it's probably nothing that, serious, but I like how they kind of ended the season with a big cliffhanger. I thought it was going to be something that was going to be resolved in the final minutes or something, that wasn't going to be anything at all. So I give props to the writers for, carrying that over to season 13, even if it is, nothing serious. So that was definitely an interesting way to take the Claire character. And of course, the sex scene, well, not the scene itself, but talking with Allie and Jenna and Claire, the discussion about what to expect, what Claire should expect, was very hilarious, very funny. Um, the hotel, the scene that Eli had, set up and everything for them was great. A lot of great things and all that. Some other observations. I love this scene with Mo, Owen, and Dallas. It was a great additional scene. It wasn't anything necessary, for the episode, but it was very great to see. Owen and Dallas did not have an actual plot in the episode, but, there was a great way to have their characters, involved in the episode to, connect with Mo, and Owen had a nice Anya reference, and Dallas was talking about being on full time daddy duty. So that was a great scene as well. This season there's been so many things taking place. It's just crazy to think about everything that the characters have been through. Of course, Katie losing her virginity to Drew, Allie thinking she was pregnant, which she brought up again in this episode, the whole Romeo and Juliet play, Becky and Adam, Cam's suicide, the Vegas trip, everything with Bianca and Drew. I mean, just so many things. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens in season 13. Still no Adam, but of course, in the previews, we saw a glimpse of Adam. So Adam will be back. I'm not sure what happened or the latter part of the season, but it is what it is, I guess. Connor present very briefly in tonight's episode, but not at prom with Jenna, at least not that I caught. I'm not really sure, what the whole thing about that was, but, um, you know. One last Fiona and Imogen kiss. That was very sad as well. Fiona had a great speech at the commencement ceremony. All in all, it was a wrap up to a very solid season. A few episodes were sort of, not the best, but overall, a lot of great stuff this season. Very excited for season 13. Very bummed about the change in the format, though. Only a few episodes this summer, and airing, on a Thursday. So a lot of changes coming. I'm hoping to do some more cool content and stuff this summer. I always say I'm going to do some really good stuff, and it doesn't always quite work out. But hopefully, this will be the time when some things actually can happen. I want to thank everyone for being so supportive and listening to all these podcasts. It means a lot, to have not a huge fan base of mine, but a dedicated number of people who listen to each one, and I very much appreciate it. And I'm always looking to do, new and fun things. I've seen a lot of people talking about how, Much Music is doing a discussion after the episodes in the summer. With fans and cast members and all that kind of stuff, and the U.S. doesn't really have anything official like that. There's a bunch of different bloggers who do all sorts of different things, whether it's vlogs, tweeting, interviews or whatever. But, I would love to be a part of something with people out there, discussing the show in some way. So yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for things to do. So if anyone out there is interested and you're listening to start up something, let me know. Or if you want me to help out and join in on something, I'm definitely willing to do that. I love to talk about it, as you can see from these, 80 plus podcasts that I have. So yeah, there we go. We'll be back in a few weeks with more Degrassi episodes, July 11th. Until then, have fun, enjoy your summer, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for listening.